Hey there. So DJI Phantoms are known for their tip overs, and this Phantom of mine is no exception. So for the second time I have to replace a motor because when it falls over, the props hit the ground and the motor just sits there and tries to spin, but it can't. So there's no counter magnetic field, so you get a short. You basically, these pieces of wire in here these winds become a short. So it gets really hot, it burns up the motor. So the motor still works, but the quad doesn't fly as well as it should, and I don't want it burning up this electronic speed controller, or ESC as they're commonly called. So I'm going to replace this motor for the second time, and I hope the ESC is okay. So to do that, I'm going to unsolder these 3 wires, and the way the motors spin is only a function of the way these wires go in here. So this goes on black, red, yellow, and then this side, this motor that spins the opposite way, goes on black, yellow, red. So that's how you know how to connect the motors up. Some of these are counterclockwise threads, some of them are clockwise threads. You just have to get the appropriate one. So I'm going to take a soldering iron real quickly, and I'm going to pull those 3 wires off. Okay, so after you're done heating the solder up, so you can pull each one of those wires off. This is what it looks like. Okay, so I've put new little bits of solder on each pad. The pad does look okay. So I fired up my soldering iron, and I'm just going to heat one of these pads up at a time and put the wire down and stick it. I can't do the camera and the soldering at the same time, so I'll show it to you after I'm done. Okay, it's in there. It's definitely not as pretty as the other sides, but it will hold. I'll show you what they look like. They look actually pretty good. They're nice and shiny. Mine actually look like cold solder joints. Maybe I'll go back over them. Actually, the first 2 look okay. This last one I think I'm going to go back over because it definitely looks like a cold solder joint. Okay, it looks okay, I guess, so now it's time to put it back together. So I'm going to take the top here, and this plug here, this one goes right down there in the middle, and then it goes on there. So again, it's kind of hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time. This plug only goes in there one way, and that's the way it goes. So I'm going to put this shell back on there, and I'm going to screw it together. Then I'm going to use the new engine motor bolts that they gave me that have Loctite on them. Okay, all the Allen bolts are in. Now it's time to put these little screws in that are on the end. I can never find a Phillips that's right for this, so I use a small flathead. Not sure why they put them in there. But a little flathead fits in one of those slots just fine. You do it on all 4 corners. Okay, now the craft is back together. So I'm going to go outside, I'm going to calibrate the compass, and I'm going to fly it. Perhaps I should go into the Phantom software and recalibrate everything, but I don't feel like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and fly it. Okay, wish me luck.